Justice, justice, police. No justice, no peace. Justice, justice, police. No justice, no peace. All right. Justice, justice, police. All right. No justice, no peace. All right. Prosecute the police. Okay. Justice, no peace. Okay. Prosecute the police. All right. Justice, no peace. Okay. Prosecute the police. Tell us. We don't need freedom. Racist ass cops, we don't need them. Hold up, we want freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them. Hold up, we want freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them. Hold up, we want freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them. Fuck you fascists! No good cops in the racist system! 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 Fuck you Nazis! Fuck you fascists! Fuck your curfew! 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 I smell bitches! I smell bitches! I smell bitches! Oink oink motherfucker! Oink oink motherfucker! Oink oink motherfucker! I smell bitches! I smell bitches! I smell bitches! Oink oink motherfucker! Oink oink motherfucker! Oink oink motherfucker! Oink oink motherfucker! Fuck your curfew! Fuck your curfew! Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck the National Guard too! 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 Please go home! 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 All cops are bastards! All cops are bastards! No good cops in a racist system! 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 Black lives matter! 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 Black
What's going on, everyone? I don't know if you can hear me too well. I cannot listen to these idiots. This is actually a replay from last night. So I'm getting back into streaming. I got really into streaming and I was already planning it a year prior, but I got into a lot, just politics and following. I mean, I followed a lot, but I really wanted to. I can't even talk with these idiots. This is, again, last night. This is right before Maxine Waters spoke. This is the only reason I'm keeping this on right now, is because I should have probably skipped a little bit up, but I'll do that right now. And I'm sure all of you have heard by now, but Maxine Waters decided to go across state lines to incite, if they consider it by what Trump's terms was, to incite a riot. This was inciting 1,000 riots, because she blatantly said that we need to be more confrontational and keep this up if we don't get specific murder charges. Those murder charges are not happening. So as of right now, this looks like an exact replay of last year, where we had people like Maxine Waters walking around telling people to attack Trump supporters and to do other things like that when they see them in public. Which, in a way, you know, this really sucks for the country. But I will say I'm not complaining watching this go down, because last year they tried to blame this on Trump and make Trump look bad for months and months on end. And they're going to see that it was not Trump, and they're the ones that created this monster. Them, the media. This had nothing to do with Trump, and they knew that. They know that. The only people that don't know that are these idiots right here that are fucking chanting like animals. I got to get to this Maxine Waters part. This is something. Okay, we're getting there. All right, here we go. We're going to get Maxine Waters up on here, because this is a little bit. This is all the same. I'm telling you guys, I'm sure there's other people that have watched this a lot. I have absolutely no life, and I've probably spent more time than anyone you have ever seen following these riots and rallies over the past year, watching the woke stream, which is the perspective of people like Unicorn Riot that are pro these riots. They're insane. I actually started making a Google Doc of all the crazy batshit fucking nuts shit these people say against Trump supporters, and saying that white people need to die, this and that is payback, and then you have crowds of hundreds of people cheering it on. It's like they try to act like it's just equality. There was a guy today saying, you're lucky, all we might want is equality and not revenge, like screaming, and everyone's like going crazy, like, yeah, revenge, just for something that happened 400 years ago. To me, lady, it looks like you're just fucking screaming at him. I loved it. All the hostile shit I've seen against these people towards each other, just because someone doesn't support in full police abolishment. They just, agree with something. I don't agree with it at all. But some people think that there should be less funding and not to abolish them. They're just as evil as the fascist Nazi racists to these fucking idiots. So.
This young man had a gun on him. They shot out the window, filled the car, not able to see or breathe.
Let's be clear right now.
I want you to think about that. This man was not a threat to one single person.
Dante Wright, while the situation was absolutely tragic, Dante Wright, see all of these people, BLM, and I can't say every single case, because even when George Floyd first happened, I was kind of disgusted, like seeing his knee on his neck and all. But then you could tell there was a reason they weren't releasing those tapes, and it took them months and months and months to finally release those tapes. And then when you do, you see that for 5 to 10 minutes before any of that shit happened on the ground, that he was yelling, "I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!" So if you can put yourself in a cop's position, and there's this guy who's a criminal who has had, now they might not notice at the time, but the guy did have a past. He was doing multiple things illegal at the time, on fentanyl, driving, using currency. I mean, this guy was no angel. And not that just because you're not an angel means you deserve to be dead, but they never look at the police's lives that get impacted by this, that just had to do their duty and had to, Chauvin's an asshole. I don't think Chauvin's a good guy, but Chauvin wasn't asked for that guy to take fentanyl, for George Floyd to take fentanyl, for him to go into that store, to use fake currency, to resist arrest. He put himself in that position. So while in Chauvin's case, he blatantly, it was excessive. His hands were handcuffed and all, but like nothing they did last year was justified. And that's why I got so into it and following these riots and protests, because it's insane. It's nothing they say. I'm waiting. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 good speeches so far this year again, where some people have made some somewhat alright points, and you listen and you're like, alright, these people might not be completely fucking crazy, or at least all of them. But then you have like this, what's going on. This was last night, but I mean, this is just, I'm going to skip right up to the Maxine Waters. I thought I was a little bit closer before. They worship Maxine Waters like she is the greatest thing of all time. And even in their minds, I don't know where that comes from.
And until we get justice, which justice we will never get. Let's remember, there is no justice.
For black people, that's it.
Excuse me? I need everybody in respect to black culture, in respect to black women, to take 3 steps back.
Say that then. 3. All right.
In all respect. Because
you know what? I completely feel that. I mean, I've been watching a lot. If I'm older too. I'm young, but I see what's happening. Like, at least I got my 1 assault rifle. But to see liberties getting attacked like this, and I just, it's not even what's happening now. It's what's going to happen over the next 10, 20, 30 years. If you listen to these people and see what they want over the next 10, 20, 30 years, I think anyone would be terrified and want to be involved in some type of way. Let's listen to this incredible fucking speech by Maxine Waters that absolutely was not inciting a riot. Yet Trump, for trying to resolve some issues with voter fraud in a election in the largest country in the world, it's no big deal.
that you give to a black woman.
Yes, please.
It's a certain level.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I ask you, and I'm going to ask you please, because the press is here, can you please take 3 more steps back for this queen? Because she is of elder age. And there is COVID.
Thank you.
And we respect
Yes.
our black queens
Yes, we do.
when they come to speak to us.
I came here for Washington, D.C.
Thank you, honey.
I'm here from Washington, D.C. because I could not sleep.
Thank you.
I could not rest.
I feel you.
I could not be satisfied
Yeah.
that another young black man has been killed
Another
by
one.
police. And that Dante Wright did not deserve
Die.
to be killed.
Let her speak. I'm so sorry. Let her speak.
And so I'm here to say that I stand with you.
Thank you.
I stand with his family.
Thank you.
I stand with everybody
It
who
means a
cares
lot.
about justice.
Yes.
And we cannot be still.
Yeah.
We cannot be satisfied
We cannot
until
sleep.
we get justice
Yes, Mama.
for Dante Wright.
Yes.
I want to thank all of you for being here every night. I want to thank for you to defying the odds and putting yourself in
Well, I've been here.
by being here because you cannot take what is going on any longer in this city, in the state, in this country. And so I want you to know that there are many in Congress who feel like I do. And certainly I'm not the chair of the Black Caucus, but I know how the Black Caucus feels.
Thank you.
I know how the Asian Caucus feels. I know how the Latinx Caucus feels.
You are our mother.
And so
Of these
I
United
decided
States.
to come here and not make a big deal of it, but just to say I stand with you.
Thank you.
I am not afraid. I am not intimidated, and I'm going to speak truth to power.
Thank
And
you.
so I want you to know that we all need to sustain this movement.
Yes.
We cannot stop.
Right.
Or we cannot hesitate. But we must say every day and every hour that we are going to persist, that this country recognizes what is going on.
Yes.
And it is not only unjust and unfair, it is outright racist that we
is.
are finding and seeing what is going on with our young people, with our young black people, with our unarmed people, with those who are
We are
losing their
hurting.
lives because of police who do not care about life. And I want you to know that I posted on Twitter and all of my
I saw it.
platforms a look at what a police Glock looks like
Yep.
and a taser.
Yes, ma'am. I saw it. I saw
And
it.
the police, I don't care if the police person, the woman, resigned. I don't care if she lied.
Yes, she did. They always lie.
And we're not going to take it.
No
We're
more.
not going to accept it.
We're gonna burn it down.
We're going to make sure
That's
that
why
we
we're
do
burning it down.
everything that we can to say that we're going to stand for justice. We're
Thank
going
you,
to fight
Mama.
for justice. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mother. Can I give you a hug, Mother?
Black lives! Black lives! Black lives!
That was Maxine Waters you just heard from.
Black lives, they matter here!
Maxine, is there going to be any congressional changes?
They matter here!
We'll try to answer the question real quick.
Black lives, they matter here!
What would you like to see happen this week here? I mean, this has really been
Well, this is a very difficult time in the history of this country. Despite the fact that we know that people of color have been killed too often, unarmed young men, in particular black men, have been killed. We know that we're now coming to the end of the George Floyd trial, and that I suppose the closing arguments are going to be made on that case coming Monday. And we're really just almost at the beginning of what is happening with our young man, Dante Wright, who was killed, and that we have to persist in calling for justice. We have to let people know that we're not going to be satisfied unless we get justice in these cases. And so I just could not sleep. I could not rest. I could not be satisfied without coming here to let the family know and the friends know and the people of this community know and all those who have organized for justice know that I stand with you, and I'm going to stand not only with you but continue to fight in every way that I can for justice.
What's your opinion of the police reform efforts that are being discussed right here, and do you think that any of them have any hope of being enacted through maybe this Congress?
Well, I am not happy that we have talked about police reform for so long, and it's not only this piece of legislation, but it's been years. I confronted the police chief, Daryl Gates, in Los Angeles years ago about the killing of Eula Love and about the chokehold and about all of that. We've been fighting for so many years for reform. And so, yes, I would like to see the bill in Congress pass on police reform, but I know that the right wing, the racists, are opposed to it, and I don't know what's going to happen to it, but I know this: we've got to stay in the street, and we've got to demand justice.
As a black man, despite all of the efforts, I feel like nothing changes. And George Floyd is waking so many people up, yet nothing has happened. Despite the rhetoric, like what needs to happen that's different this year than all the years before?
We're looking for a guilty verdict. We're looking for a guilty verdict, and we're looking to see if all of the talk that took place and has been taking place after they saw what happened to George Floyd, if nothing does not happen, then we know that we've got to not only stay in the street, but we've got to fight for justice. But I am very hopeful, and I hope that we're going to get a verdict that will say guilty. And if we don't, we cannot go away.
And not just manslaughter, right? I mean...
Oh, no, not manslaughter. No. This is guilty for murder. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but as far as I'm concerned, it's first degree murder.
Congresswoman, what happens if we do not get what you just told? What should the people do? What should protesters on the street do?
I didn't hear you.
What happens?
What should protesters do?
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
What do you think about this curfew tonight?
I don't think anything about curfew. I don't know what curfew means. Curfew means that I want you all to stop talking. I want you to stop meeting. I want you to stop gathering. I don't agree with that.
Are you going to stay out here?
No, I'm not going to stay out here. I came here from Washington just to be here to make sure that I let my voice be heard among all of those who have been putting so much time on the street. And so I'm hopeful that the protests will continue. Thank you.
Where does police accountability come from?
Well, I want to tell you that the mayors and the city council people, commissioners all over this country have got to rein in the police. They have their budgets. They give them overtime pay. They make sure that they have terrific benefits. They can cut all of that out. And so it is up to the local city council members, the police chief, not the police chiefs, because the police chiefs are mostly intimidated by the police unions. And so it is the elected officials who've got to rein in the police.
Congresswoman, do you support getting rid of the police, completely abolishing it? A lot of people want to abolish the police as a solution.
Well, you've got to make sense out of it. And what you've got to say is, we've got to rethink of what policing is. We've got to really design what we really need. If you have people on the street who may have mental problems, who are compromised mentally, they don't need a police. What they need is a psychiatrist. They need social workers. They need others who can deal with these issues. And so we've got to reimagine what policing is all about. Right now, it doesn't work.
What's your message to young black people in this community that live and grow up here in Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center?
Well, my message to young black people is this, that we know that there is a lot of unfairness in the system. We know that oftentimes young black people are stopped, They are searched, they're not treated fairly, and they stand to lose their lives. And they've got to know that there are people who understand this and who will stand with them and who will fight for them, who love them, and who tell them we're not going to stop until we get justice in this country.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Maxine. Thank you, Maxine.
Congresswoman Maxine Waters. She's urging the protesters to stay out here, defy the curfew, and be more confrontational to try to change things here in America. Right now, some community folks are talking to her, saying thank you. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. Hey, you want to talk about that?
I mean, shit, like that's.
You cool being videoed?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah. So what does that mean? You just talked to Maxine Waters.
Heck, like I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, it feels great. I'm aspiring to be a political scientist. I'm going to school to be in her shoes. So seeing her here right now just makes me ready to be in her position even more so than I was before. Like, this is fucking amazing. And she just told me to go run for fucking office. So I'm running for president next year whole fucking time. So, like, shit. Thank you.
Did you hear what she said? Basically, continue. She said that she urged the protesters to be more confrontational.
Yeah.
To continue to be out here and defy the curfew.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts around all that?
I'm here. Shit. What time is it right now? Whole time. 20 minutes till. I'm still staying out here until they start tear gassing me. Cause I'm here. I'm here to send a fucking message. Cause this shit is not a fucking K. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry. I just like. In the fucking night, like, what the fuck? She just told me to run for office. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
I mean, shit. Micaiah Shannon, 2024 for president. Like, come on now. Obviously, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we heard a reaction from somebody who had met Maxine Waters, who told her to run for office. Hey, you safe? You were good last night? You safe? Yeah.
Yo, so what are you guys thinking? You think she should run for office, that girl? You guys feeling that? She definitely seems qualified from everything I saw in that interview. When your number one qualification is wanting to be like your queen, Maxine Waters, you're very qualified.
So you see the gaggle of press surrounding Maxine Waters now. Cortez, right? It's Cortez. How you doing out here?
All power to the
All right,
people, man.
I want to switch over. I want to try to get a
Stay what?
I said we're gonna continue to stay boosted ground.
actual live of tonight, and there is one around, so I want to get that right now.
This is crazy, man. They're violating our rights out here, man, and we're not standing for it. We can't take this no more. This is what community looks like, man. This is definitely what community looks like. All races out here, all different type of races, and we're tired. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. So this is what we mean by making legislative changes out here for our community, man, and being boosted ground. We're being heard.
Yeah. What happened last night? Were you out?
Yeah, so last night I was out. Thank you for asking. Last night I was out. Boosted ground. It doesn't matter, man. This, like I said, this little small bump right here, man. The Brooklyn Center Sheriff Department, or whatever they want to call themselves, murder cops shot me with a tear gas canister, which was metal. It sprained my ankle, and I was out here last night, man, and they kettled us in. Something real crucial, like SWAT came running up out of here, out of the Brooklyn Center police station, and they had 3 SWAT cars right in front of me as I'm filming. The SWAT running up out of here, I turn around, like direct face to me, and 3 SWAT cars is in front of me, and the whole force with the ARs and the lights telling me to get out the car. And I'm like, immediately, I'm pressed. And they didn't care. So they hit me with a riot charge, which is a felony. And they said they're going to look into my press badge, quote unquote. So
you got detained last night? You got arrested and brought in the
yeah,
station?
no, they actually detained me. gave me my paperwork and everything like that right on the spot and told me I could go because I kept telling them I was pressed.
So they just take a picture of your ID?
They took a picture of my ID, took a picture of my face, took a picture of my credentials and stuff that I had with me because I didn't have my press badge with me. And yeah, they let me go. Unfortunately, for our other brothers and sisters that was out here peacefully protesting, they got arrested, man. So we standing up for them too, man. This shit is not right. Yeah. It's not right.
134.
Yeah, 134. Like yeah. I would have been 135. Yeah. For sure.
Glad you're safe, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
What keeps bringing you out here?
Oh man, to keep on fighting for our community, man, for our youth. That's what's most important out here, man. The generations that come up after us, man. We need to continue to fight for them, man, and make the changes for them. We had Dr. Martin Luther King, we had Malcolm X, you know, we had all these great leaders ahead of us that's been making these changes for us. We need to continue to push that method for them, for our ancestors as well, and for our youth, for our future. That's what we need to do. And as well, you know, I done told everybody, you know, I speak it into existence. Me and my cousin Timothy Williams, we will be building a Youth for Change Center in South Minneapolis to teach our kids each other's history, so we can be one. You know what I mean? We don't need to be divided. You know, the schools is watered down. Teaching, you know, what they teach us in the schools is watered down. We learn about Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, but then African Americans and other races go home learning about Dr. Seabees and stuff like that, and other powerful leaders. Why our other brothers and sisters?
I sound like I'm about to cry. I swear on my life and God. I mean, like, you guys are so powerful. Like, that's what.
I swear to God, I want to get all y'all names. I hope y'all, when I see y'all are.
If I don't have a conversation with y'all tonight, I'm mad.
I'll be seeing that. Like, I remember faces and shit.
Right.
You know?
All right, guys, so this is live right now of tonight that we're now on. I just have one feed up right now. I'm going to try to find some more of other cities. This is just in Brooklyn Center, I believe. The crowd is a lot lower. I believe this is like, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but just the calm before the storm. I think after everything is announced with the George Floyd trial, you know, I'm shocked though, after Maxine Waters coming out here and inciting everyone last night, that tonight is the quietest night we've had all year so far since this stuff started again. So we have had a little reprieve here, it looks like. I don't see much in other cities. There's tiny little groups. The main woke channel that streams a lot of these protests and all, first night I've seen like ever in my life that they're not streaming. So something's weird. It's like everyone's gone dark and low key tonight. And tomorrow I think is the day that 2020 comes back around and we go into the purge again. So enjoy this. I want to look for some other streams in other cities because there's not too much action here. And I don't think there's going to be any type of, I don't even see the National Guard here.
House Negro.
I ain't one of them niggas. I promise you, I'm one of them dark little monkey little niggas. Look at my nose. See, my family, we call them niggas on the field. You know, yeah, we want the pretty boys. You know what I'm saying? We want a pretty family. You know what I'm saying?
And that's also something I gotta say is that I recognize my life-skin privilege. I recognize that shit. And I understand, which is why I put myself in the front line.
You are the seed of your father Negro, right? Oh, you with us.
Nigga, of course I'm with y'all.
Yeah, I mean, no, because of that bloodline, you are the seed of your father, period.
I mean, that's subjective, but like, I understand what you're saying.
I mean, no, it's not because, I mean, okay, check it out. I ain't gonna say
am the
that.
seed of the man.
If you plant a seed in the ground, right? And then that motherfucker
I know she ain't relate me to a plan. Anyways, no, I'm as powerful as my mama.
That's right.
And I am as powerful as my father. But I am fucking me a strong-ass, mad-ass, black woman.
That's right.
The most disrespected person in America is a black woman because we are the strongest people in America. Because when I yelled, that lady was disrespecting a black woman stepped the fuck up. Two of them came over here. You and somebody else came over there. And they said, back down. They said, back down. Back down. I got people. Because I got a community.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like. Sorry. This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
What time is this? Yeah.
See what they do. See in the Geneva Act, they don't supposed to use chemical irritants, especially chemical irritants and things that they use in war. They don't supposed to be using on American people. That's why I tell y'all, they're taking our tax dollars and they're using it to sponsor terrorism against his own people. That's why we need to get the right people in office. We're not going to change it. So when the election time comes, listen very closely this time. These next elections coming up, listen very closely what they're talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Run for fucking office.
If I knew motherfuckers vote for me for governor, I
If you
promise
want to
you I
run
would
for
run for
office,
governor.
come contact me. If you want to run for office, come fucking
I will
contact me.
change shit automatically. Qualified immunity and end the statute of limitations. The first day as governor, that's the first thing I'm going to do in Minnesota. And I don't know if the senator, we know that the governor or the senator.
No problem.
That's
cool.
Federal, but unless you're doing it like statewide, it really just depends.
State can do it, or is it like a federal thing?
It depends.
Vote for me, you don't trust me.
Because I was thinking, I was like, there's no way that they're going to do that on one state. Because it's a federal system. Yeah.
Okay. You got some hand warmers? Hey, anybody got some hand warmers out here?
Yeah, this is really like, these are the OGs. These are all the original dumbasses. I'm sure these are the type of people that were there at all of the protests and rallies throughout last year and now, because this is pathetically small. I've never seen anything like this. I saw some small crowds last few days in other cities. This is like the biggest thing, I believe, unless I'm missing some or there's a blackout. I would be shocked, man, if there was nothing going on out the West Coast. There's got to be some tonight. Portland and Seattle, this is a little weird. It's almost like, well, I mean, they are doing this, but it's almost like they're really telling people to just stay in and chill tonight and prepare for tomorrow, because something's going down tomorrow. Something's happening. Or at least when this gets announced. I believe it's supposed to be tomorrow, but this ain't going to look like this. This is like... Man, I wish there was like a stock in the stock market that was like real life. Like you could buy like chaos. So like now it's in this nice lull. Get in a nice bargain, buy the dip. What could I invest in? Glass companies? You guys want to invest in some glass making companies? I think today is the day. If you're going to invest in anything, invest in companies that make glass. Because the next few weeks, the next few months, the next few fucking years for all we know, we're going to need a lot of that shit. Same thing as last year. I remember that was a joke. Glass companies, window companies and all, how happy they are. Day after day, the same windows keep getting smashed. They got to replace them. And it's like a joke, but actually, how could I invest in some fucking glass companies? Get some material companies? I think Chauvin will... I honestly don't know. I didn't think he would, and then I started to believe that he would get off. And now looking at everything I've been seeing recently, it's looking again. I think the reason he wouldn't get off, he's going to get some. I think the reason he wouldn't get a maximum punishment, or would, is because these people are afraid of what's going to happen to this country, and they're going to feel like it's on them. If this is a legitimate... But I also hold hope that they are just going to do this trial fair, and I think fair, even though it will be a fair verdict, is not going to be fair enough for what they want. They want basically revenge and extra. They'll never be satisfied because these events keep happening. I saw today, I wanted to cover it, but I want to see if anything goes down tonight. The shooting, police shot someone else today in Kenosha, and the guy was a white guy. He was carjacking, got out of a car, pointed a gun at someone, the police killed him. And these people were at the scene trying to completely contort this story and twist it to make it look like the woman, this black lady who was actually being real and telling the story, that she was lying, she was trying to back the police. You can see how these people show up everywhere now at the scene when there's any type of event of any kind, and they will start twisting the narrative and trying to push people out that they're liars. Everything is such an anti-cop sentiment, and it's not... These people don't do this because they genuinely believe this, and if they do, it's not because they really want things to be equal.
When I was organizing, and the meetings were about what to do when I die. Because the cops sit outside my house. They followed me to work. They followed me taking my little sister to school. I didn't live in my house for 3 weeks, but the Klan was outside there. I had Klan members coming to the protest to come kill me. Yes, they're afraid of me. They ain't really afraid of me. They're afraid of y'all. They're afraid of people. Because we know we're going to fight for who? Fight for who?
Yeah, these crowds are smaller. Just, I think they're really gearing up for tomorrow because something's really off about tonight. I was getting this ready. It's the first time I've streamed in a while, and I was getting ready because I thought tonight would be a good night after what Maxine Waters said last night, but it's not looking like it's going to be like that. It looks like we're going to have to wait till the official verdict here. Yeah, Maxine Waters is responsible for more chaos and destruction of people's lives than Trump could be in a million lifetimes. They never want to admit that, but... That's the dumbest chant ever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fuck 12! 2, come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fuck 12! Look at you guys. You're good.
Give me a B!
B, I got your B, I got your B.
Give me an L!
L, I got your L, I got your L.
Give me an L!
L, I got your L, I got your L.
What's that spell? What's that spell?
Black Lives Matter.
Give me a B!
B, I got your B, I got your B.
Give me an L!
L, I got your L, I got your L.
Give me an L!
L, I got your L, I got your L.
What's that spell?
Black Lives Matter.
What's that spell?
Black Lives Matter.
I'm gonna get warm, you guys.
Yo, tonight is like me and a group of friends decided to just fucking grab a few beers, get high as fuck, and start chanting random shit in the middle of the streets, is what this is looking like tonight. Man, this is small. They don't even have, like, police at this shit. This is nuts. I mean, they do, but, like, very minimal. And by very minimal, I mean this is the type of shit you'd see at, like, a fucking high school or some shit. It's crazy. This is a really down night, but I gotta look for some action. I don't like this. Alright, I'm gonna turn that down because the audio is absolutely terrible right now. It's just completely wind. And I am currently looking for a stream. Is there anything? Okay, maybe we get a little bit more action here. I'm looking. Alright, so West Coast, we might be getting some. Okay. Alright, I'm about to switch them over. Looks like we have some action, actually. Is this... Nah, that's not live. Why would someone do that? He said live video, and it's a video from 2020 and him just doing a live commentary over it from the protest. I'm looking at all these other people that are streaming this stuff, and it doesn't look like there's much action. They're all watching the one I'm watching, This Property, or Family Soup TV, and then Frank Nitty, this other guy who streams a lot, he's live, but... he's in his car just talking, and I would believe it's because of what's coming tomorrow, but man, this is something's fishy about this. Something feels a little bit weird. I haven't seen it this quiet, even like, it doesn't matter, weekdays, weekends, anything. They don't give a shit that it's a Sunday. Like, what's going on? Why is everything so slow? I can't find anything. It's like I had a better time finding protests and riots on a nightly basis like 5 to 6 months into them last year than I did tonight. And they were in every single city the past week. Every night. And tomorrow they're going to be... it's going to get back to last year. It's crazy. I'm wondering right now, this stream may be offline. Man, if this stream's offline, I'm going to have to figure out what we're doing. Because there's not much action outside of the shootings today. If you guys haven't seen another couple mass shootings, one of the mass shootings was by a black male. They believe it was targeted towards specific people that he knew. So he was an ex-police officer actually also. So there's a lot of fuck shit happening right now. There was a shooting last night at a dive bar in Wisconsin. And then also there was the shooting today at the carjacking. Is another BLM twist story that's coming. If you haven't heard about it today, you're probably going to hear about it tomorrow when all these riots start. Luckily, I think people are realizing that when you carjack someone's car at gunpoint and start firing at random people, that you're a criminal. And generally those type of people don't deserve fair trials and to be caught alive unless they can be caught safely alive. Doesn't really happen. But if you listen to what BLM has been saying over these past year, but over the past few nights, past week, there are multiple people at every single one of these speeches with people cheering. So this isn't a one-off. If you say something like this to someone, they say, oh, not everyone believes in that. They genuinely believe that there is no reason a cop should ever shoot at a citizen, even if that person is firing a gun, shooting back, has killed people, stolen a car. They don't have a level of any type of crime where they believe it is morally right for an officer to fire a gun and kill a person at all, no matter what. It could be a rapist, it could be a mass murderer, it could be absolutely anything. You are not allowed to shoot at anyone. So I would love to have, now these people start raising their voices and going crazy when you try to have any real discussion with them. I'd love to see what they're, give them some scenarios, like lay out like, all right, someone comes up to you, does this, that, what are you going to do? They always say they wouldn't call or use police. Those are generally the people that I would say end up dead. So that isn't, just because you do it doesn't mean it's a smart strategy here. I want to switch back to this because this is definitely, there's not much action, which is, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do something a little bit different and a little bit more fun. Instead of watching that live video, we're going to see if there's anything new on Twitter, because this is what I love to do. I find this absolutely amazing. Twitter is this way. I hate Twitter and I hate, YouTube while I'm streaming on it now. But I think it's so important that we keep fighting on these platforms. Like, I'm a believer in Rumble and all these other things, but what the fuck's the point? They're not coming over to Rumble. The left's never coming over to Rumble. There are people that will never, ever use those websites. So if we don't keep fighting on YouTube and Twitter and exposing when they do fight or block freedom of speech and ban people like Project Veritas and all these things, James O'Keefe, like, they need to be exposed. If everyone just abandons and stops trying to use these platforms, how the fuck are you going to call them out? I want to go over to Rumble, but if I grow a Rumble following, how my video is going to be seen by people that actually need to see my videos? I'm not here to get like popular. I don't care about getting popular or having people that just like, have my views. My goal of this is to try to change people's views that are outside of this. And the only way you can do that is being on places here like YouTube and doing it in ways of either humor or just, I think it's easy just to call them out for being batshit crazy. I feel like that's worked well the past year. I think things like Project Veritas exposing CNN and corrupt media and fake news over the years, not just this past leak, has been crucial to seeing people change their eye. If you're someone that's watched CNN for years and you see them bashing Trump in the way they did, and then you see something like Project Veritas released, I know some people just will not want to believe that and just go on, but you got to think a good percent of those people are going to jump off board. And Trump already took a chunk of the Bernie people in 2016. He doubled his share of minority votes, did really well with Cubans and some Hispanic group. He has everything he needs to make a run in 2024 and do a very good job at it. I want to check. No, Maxine's dream's never going to come true. Maxine Waters will never be relevant. And I find it funny because these people like the AOCs and all over the world, she has a good Twitter following, but even Nancy Pelosi, who I can't stand, laughs at them. Like, they are an absolute laughing stock to people like AOC, the squad. The four of them, Bernie, I would say, has the most respect, obviously, but they really look at them the way we look at them. Just some dumb liberal, like Bart. She has no I know there's other people. I don't think you have to have experience necessarily to be good. I think people without experience can do well. But you need to make sense. Like, I don't think AOC, if you really polled everyone in the country, I don't think she has a legitimate following. I don't think any of this, and I think some of it's blown out of proportion too, like with socialism and all. I don't think even CNN and people on the left truly want that, because a lot of the people we're hearing from are rich themselves. And it's more for a power grab and attention, I believe. And just CNN and these other networks have exposed themselves. It's all about ratings. We live in a world of just making money, which makes sense. But I believe the news should be something that people should at least dig for the truth and not just take everything at face value, like CNN telling you that Trump said there's good people on both sides, CNN telling people that Trump's inciting riots and everything. I mean, it's been years. It's been years and years. And my family, my grandpa and my mom watched CNN for a couple years, and I really had to like battle this. Like, you get mad at them because it's like you see family members of yours getting like brainwashed. And it's like, you have the proof. You have the videos of CNN and all these people saying this thing. Do you see this? This is awesome. You know how Democrats are already not a big fan of Joe Manchin being such a conservative, but Kristen Sinema, it doesn't get better than this. She posted a picture with a fuck off ring on, and you should see what fucking liberal Twitter is doing. They are not happy. Which means I am very happy. I love it. I love the outfit. I love everything about this. This is a great picture. Here we go. This is going to be something good. I always forget. I shouldn't say I forget. I haven't really said her name. I know about her. I see her all the time and follow what she's doing. But Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie. Oh my God. It all just clicked. I never actually put the R before the J when I've said it in my head. Marjorie Taylor Greene introduce resolution to expel Maxine Waters from Congress. This is the type of shit that we need. And this is the type of shit she does. Making a point, like when she carried the gun. I mean, this is... was that Bob? That reminds me. I want to check out Bobbert. That was Bobbert, wasn't it? Bro, we got two strong fucking conservative women. No, where the fuck is this something good? Kevin McCarthy. So here we go. Maxine Waters is actually getting some. Yeah, they're all trying to start a race war. I mean, everyone wants a race war. The media wants a race war. Politicians want a race war. Christ, I'm sure these big, just big business in general wants these. Destroy land, creates cheap land when these people destroy, burn, loot, riot everything. They can buy it all up for cheap. Repeat over and over and over again. Cycle of making money. There's nothing, man. I wish I was streaming last night. I wish I was streaming any part of the day today. Instead, I decided to set stuff up. And I come on at the time where there's absolutely nothing. This is before there wasn't enough I could cover at one time. There was 5 screens of things going on. And I come live and I mean, this is the slowest, most dead night I have seen literally in this year, but I'm sure longer than that. Yeah, this is crazy. All right, so we're getting a little more action. I want to turn this up. Find exactly where this is.
Where are you, Kylie? Do you need somebody to do that? Push your mirror up. Alright, let's get back up there. Heather, are you gonna go pick up Kylie?
Invite me though, John. I'll connect with you. You can go out and appreciate it, bro. You can go out and march in the community. You can connect with your find some black activists in your community.
Hey Kylie, can you message the page?
What you can do to help in your community. Just introduce yourself to people that you see are fighting for change. Trying to educate your friends, go with the education that you learn from black people, like go to school, challenge.
If anyone has any streams that are not boring as fuck, basically, let me know. Because I'm very confused right now. I'm good at finding these things usually, and apparently not now. I really don't think there's anything going on tonight. Which is crazy, because there's something every night. There's been something every night.
Kylie, do you need someone to come pick you up or what? Because it doesn't seem like you should be in that situation. So now it's officially curfew time. It's 11:01.
Yeah, it's now hitting curfew time. We're about to see, it looks like there's barely any police and barely any protesters. I doubt there's going to be much of a response to such a small group of protesters. You never know. So I doubt there's going to be any action tonight, which is not necessarily what I expected a night after Maxine Waters made such comments, but it did come at a very weird time. They are gearing up for tomorrow. There's been a lot of arrests the past week, so a lot of these people, especially in a place like this where it's a smaller community, a lot of the more violent, crazy people that were there early have already gotten in trouble, gotten arrested, we're going to need to get it to a point where these things are going to get started back in major cities where they're drawing from the surrounding areas. And, Antifa has their actual strongholds. Like, I'm from outside of Philadelphia. Philadelphia was a war zone for parts of last year. I have not seen anything, not even a small protest in Philadelphia this year. There will be protests in Philadelphia this year, and they will get violent. They have that network in Philadelphia. Like, it's it's here. So how quiet it is tonight kind of blows my mind. I want to let this run. I'm going to grab something to eat quick. I want to let this run just in case something happens in the background, because it is just now literally hitting the curfew, even though I don't know if they're going to enforce something when there's so few people there, or try. So I'm going to be back in a minute. Hopefully something else goes on. I'm going to wait. It is early, so it's 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and it's a Sunday night, so not like it necessarily makes a difference being Sunday as opposed to any other weekday, but I think there could be some action of some sort, maybe in Portland or Seattle tonight. It would shock me a night after Maxine Waters making such a comment, but we're going to see, so I'll be right back. Hopefully we get some action of some sort. Hopefully no one gets hurt, but I want to see something go on here because this is a little too quiet for what's about to happen. I don't like it. It's a weird feeling. Calm before the storm.
National Guard's still out here, you guys. Just a small crowd tonight. Probably. There's still a protest going on, but a lot of people didn't come out tonight, or they went home already. So it's it's pretty chill tonight. I don't see any cops down at the other end of the road either. I can go look again, but yeah, it's past curfew. Yeah, it's past curfew right now. It's been past curfew for about 5 minutes now. And there's like no sign of the police at all out here. So yeah. I think everybody's leaving now, you guys. It looks like people are leaving. And like I said, there's no sign of the police out here tonight.
Who you walking with? Get the fuck in my car. Come here. Get in my car. Miss Thing, get in my car. Don't be walking alone. Wildin', baby.
Yeah, everybody's leaving, you guys. I mean, I'm glad there weren't any arrests made. I guess that was a really like laid back night tonight. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my car again. There's only like, oh yeah, there's like 5 National Guard there right at the entrance. Yeah, no problem. There's like 5 National Guardsmen there, and then there's like 3 over there, but really not much going on. The riot police aren't here, and I'm just happy that there wasn't any violence or arrests. They won't let me. How am I supposed to get over there and talk to them? I'd have to hop the fence, dude. You don't understand. This whole like perimeter's got a fence around it. So I can't go like hop the fence and talk to them. Hi. You told me to yell hi. Dude, they're not gonna talk to me. They don't want to interview. Would you like an interview? No, they don't want an interview. They're fucking national. They don't talk to anybody. Would you like to have an interview with me? See? They don't want to. Are you fucking kidding me? Ground zero right here. Okay, you guys. Everybody's gone. I'm the only person down here. That means I should probably leave, right? Hint, hint, wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here. So, it's a very peaceful night tonight. No arrests were made. And it's past curfew. Who? I'm gonna get mugged if I stay. Interview myself. Don't be the only arrest. They want you to leave so they can go to sleep. You think if I leave that the National Guard's gonna be like, alright you guys, it's time for bed. Yes. I'm ready for. Are you ready for your interview? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
So much for riots, mass shootings, police, and all this stuff. We're sitting here just having a brown rice, organic teriyaki, and root beer vodka night with the boys, it looks like. Because I do not see any action up in here. This is weak. This is bad.
Probably nothing too exciting.
I was looking when I was down here again if there's anything else, any other streams or whatever. I think it's a dead night. I think it truly is a dead night. Even like West Coast.
Trials tomorrow, what do you think is gonna happen?
Huh. Let's hear this.
Chauvin gets sentenced to life.
Does Chauvin get sentenced to life? Is the question.
Yeah, only streamer out here tonight, you guys.
What's up with that, man? I don't get that. He literally is the only.
Closing statements on Monday. Isn't sentencing on Tuesday? That's what somebody told me.
Closing statement Monday, sentencing on Tuesday. Is that true? I thought it was everything tomorrow.
Yeah. The verdict could take a while.
So it's looking like there is truly only one streamer tonight.
Somebody said the verdict is going to be on Tuesday, but it could take a while.
I would. All right, I'm gonna turn this guy down for a second.
Yeah, I'm about to
Get just my mic. All right, so shelter in place order. Okay, yeah, that was the active shooter from yesterday. Is it weird that we've went like 12 hours without a mass shooting and it feels weird? Like we had so many mass shootings, and not to say there's not going to be one 20 minutes from now, but like we've had a lot. The past day we've had 3 at least, and it's like every hour or two you're expecting a new one. This happened back in 2014, 2015 with ISIS. There was this one stretch where there was like attack after attack. It was almost every day for like a couple weeks. There was just always something and always this fear and threat, like there was going to be attack, and this is what it's turned into again. What? So they're calling OAN and Nazis by by supporting Trump and the Capitol protest. They'll be all in support of these protests and riots that are going to burn down our entire country, innocent businesses, actual just average people's lives. But when you go after a building, and most of the people were not violent, a lower percentage of the people than what are in these riots the past year out in the streets. White nationalists, you know what happened to Hitler and the Nazis. I think these people like think they're cute. Like they have this like, I forget the word. There's a word for it. It makes them feel good about themselves, like this morally like superior type thing. Safe Moon, yeah, I don't know what that is, but Beto O'Rourke. Did you hear Matthew McConaughey? Good chance he's going to run in Texas. He's winning in a poll. But these people are now, and I don't like Matthew McConaughey because he is a big time, and he's basically Beto O'Rourke. He's really anti-gun, which I did not know. Is there a shooting? Sure. What are you saying? There's another shooting? I believe Matthew McConaughey is going to run as a Democrat, which at first I thought would be a good thing because I'm like, all right, maybe I would rather have him than any other type of Democrat. But no, not after reading some of his positions on gun control. He's basically sounds like a Beto O'Rourke, because honestly, all I know about Beto O'Rourke is that he is probably the dumbest politician I have ever heard speak in my life about one like policy position. Like this guy genuinely believes and said in an interview that he thinks the Americans, because they're good and the kind heart, will do the right thing by handing their guns back to the government. When he was asked how they would manage to get guns back, the 500 million plus guns back from the circulation in our country. And he believes that people will just hand them back willingly and happily. That could be a guy running a state. Oh my God, you're right. Yo. Extra bill. Oh my God. urgent. 20 plus patrol cars responding to mass shooting in Louisiana. At least 5. Yo, that's crazy. Guys, looks like we have something. This is about an hour or two old. Thank you for calling that out. This is just like last night. Now, the only reason... Okay, maybe we were going to have some action tonight. This is the only reason last night that I was on all this was because I was watching some other streamers, and I saw the shootings being reported there because they didn't even come up on Twitter for about an hour or two. These things were getting absolutely stuffed. So I'm glad I got some word of mouth here because this is not on Twitter. I don't see this anywhere on trending. I don't see this anywhere else. I would see this, which generally I find this stuff. I guess Twitter is usually where I find it. I hate Twitter, but Twitter is a good place to see where these idiots are posting stuff and to see where stuff happens in general, I will say, for immediate news. It's fake news? How is it fake? So are you saying this shooting that happened? So this looks very real to me. Okay, so sorry about that little pause, guys. It's just business as usual here. Some BS. Yeah, I was about to say, this is like a mass shooting, and it is, but this stuff's getting extra like reported now. Although this isn't in this situation. Shootings like this, especially, I'm not from Louisiana, and but I know Louisiana, and I'm sure shit like this happens a lot. I don't know about this area. That being said, there's 5 victims, could possibly end up dying, and that is, again, that would be a mass shooting. It's not stopping. It really is like a plague. It's something that when someone sees it, they want to, you know. No, you're absolutely right. I really appreciate that, X terrible, because I did not, yeah, so this is something breaking. I don't know if, actually, wait a minute. Okay, so research time. I'm going to do what I do by myself on stream, because I do this. I have no life. I'm not currently employed, and I sit here all day following breaking news events, and I don't stream it. And I'm like, what am I doing with myself? I run a website, and I make videos on this stuff, and I just should be live streaming because I love doing this stuff. That's not why I got on here. I got on here to check out what county this is. Downtown. I can't find the county. All right, if I can't find the county, I'm just going to go top left. All right, so it's about up there. We do not want Texas. I want to see if there's anything. If this is breaking like this right now, I should be able to get a scanner or see if there's anything. All right, bet. This is in Caddo County. And it looks like there is absolutely... Maybe the county next to it got called for it? No? Okay, so... whereas I saw in Wisconsin, these things showed up almost immediately. Caddo Parish. Okay, so it is Caddo Parish, and I do not see anything for... Okay, so incidents are delayed up to 2 hours. Details here. I've seen these things almost immediately on here when I've gotten them. I would love to be able to get the scanner for this. Can I get a live scanner? I forget how to get the live scanners. Because I had the, I was getting the replay. Look up Russia bombing Ukraine. What? I'm assuming you mean something a little more specific than what I'm doing right now. Because these are all old videos. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out if I can get a little more information on this shooting. It's a lot of Twitter bullshit. Let's see. All right. Listen to this, guys.
That's why when you at a place with too many niggas, this what happens shit. You here, baby? Where Renee? Hold on, Renee, Patty. Well, bitch, hold up, Patty. Where Renee? She in the front of the store. You here, baby? Hold on. The boy hit. No, she in the store, Patty. Back up. Back up, Patty. Hold on, baby, please.
So that is what we have. That's like the video that's coming out of the shooting so far, from what I see. This is an absolutely real thing, so I pray for everyone involved. Something like this wouldn't be... are you saying the video I'm playing is fake news? And because I would find it hard to believe. I understand how fake news works. I'd find it really hard to believe that judging the quality of this video, all the circumstances, the way this is spreading around and not spreading around. Yeah, no, that's what it is. This is more some normal bullshit that's gonna get over essentially. But by people like me, I'm gonna overdo a story like this because it's crazy how many mass shootings we have, and I'm not gonna try to cover this for the next day because we've had now 3, and it's sad, but it's becoming kind of old news. And the media wants us to push these for their gun narrative, and even though anyone with a brain knows that their common sense gun control ideas are anything but common sense, these stories are just going to help their cause for what they want to do. I deleted the footage from sure because I didn't want to traumatize anyone, and the language was awful. Another mass shooting, yeah, so... Yeah, so I think there's some... All right, I love Jack Posobiec. But if he's saying... Wait a minute. What do you... I mean, it can... Yeah, I find it... I don't want to consider something a mass shooting, even though it's a mass shooting, when it's something like this. If it's like just people just at night, like I don't even know what to describe what this is. Just some fuckery and some... You know, I look at mass shooting as more some like someone walking into an area like where people are doing things, especially for leisure. It doesn't have to be leisure, but just going in and killing a ton of people. That might have been the situation. But from hearing it, I don't know. It seems like this might have just been like... This could be a gang type thing or attack, like that people know each other. There's a reason they were doing it. It doesn't always mean that it's just some random mass shooting. I look at mass shootings more as like, I guess, random if it wasn't targeted towards specific people. I love how Trump was right about the can of soup. I think that's funny. Look up on Twitter Ukraine and Russia conflict. I know about the conflict. This happened back when Obama was in, and let's see. Oh. Well, this is from the 5th, so that's old. Are you talking about live? Is this... I mean, I know this is happening right now, but are you saying, like...
Russian military...
I shouldn't be looking at it like a one-word thing like that. I don't know what I'm doing. I know how.
and we can really imagine people.
I love how Tulsi Gabbard is totally a low-key conservative. Like, she's hopping on, like, Fox News all the time and, like, just roasting Democrats and all this. I can't do it. It's too good. I love it. Oh, my. Look at this. Yo, I'm joining this war. Anyone down? All right. Ukraine firefight? Is that what you're trying to get me to look up here? Oh. If you're trying to get me to find a specific thing, I'm gonna need like a link or something, cause like I don't think I'm okay, am I gonna have to do 2 words in that? Fucking just in case. Alright. We're gonna get back to I wanna get back on track here. Because honestly, I'll follow that. If there's a nuclear war with Russia and the whole world's burning to pieces, I'll probably go live for that one. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard is a gun grabber. You know, you can't expect any of these people to be perfect, but at least she, I don't believe, from what I've seen, isn't a beta or work with guns. And I would take her on her economic. I mean, I care a lot about the other things, but economically, I think is the scariest thing that these people want to do. And are you saying Tulsi's a plant for us, or Tulsi is a plant for them? Because old news, of course, this will count as mass shooting. Nah, if you're saying this video is fake, that video of the shooting, that shooting is absolutely not fake. There was an old story that's getting resurfaced about that, I think, area where there was a shooting. This is a completely separate incident, and this actually was a shooting. It's oh. This is sad. Everyone, moment of silence. The oldest living American has just passed away at the age of 116 years old. God damn. That's crazy. Well, Ford, oldest living American, passed away at the age of 116 on Saturday. 48 grandchildren. Oh my God. 200 great-grandchildren. What the Yo, imagine having 200 great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. Holy shit. God. See, she managed to make it 116 years in this racist country. How did this lady make it 116 years in a country where police are hunting for her every single day trying to take her out? How did she manage to do that? This lady have superpowers? Yeah, that's...
Johnny's Pizza House is now hiring at all.
So if I go straight up shooting, I'm also going to look here real quick, just in case. Alright, so Woke is not streaming. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, I do know how I feel about that. I feel like we're having a very big day lined up for us tomorrow. So if you guys have not subscribed to this channel or followed around, this is my first time streaming in about a year. So I wouldn't say it was the best stream at all. Not too much action going on. Probably was boring as hell. Mainly because of what isn't going on the night that's been going on the past week. I picked the worst night to really start streaming again. But I got my setup up. And I'm going to start going live anytime something happens. So if you want to check in throughout the day, might be live. I don't care. I mean, the numbers help, the subscribers and all, but I just care about people like interacting and being here. So bookmark it in your browser, whatever. Just remember the name, AFLOE. Search it from here and there. Check out. There might be times at nighttime I'm just going to be streaming any news or anything that's going on. especially if there's like a shooting. If there's a shooting, a terrorist attack, a war starts, if there's any type of big news that starts breaking, there's a really good chance I'm about to run on my computer and start streaming it and try to get as many sources together and try to break it down, because the news will be delayed. They'll give you what they want to give you. You can do it yourself and watch streams. I just love doing this and making this video and doing it with people instead of just sitting here by myself. So let's see if there's anything. Okay. All right. So we just got some information here. This is County Parish Fire District Public Safety. Is there really no I find that interesting that there's nothing. Nothing audio wise. There is this report right here in Shreveport, or however you say it. On scene, 5 victims shot in a parking lot, transported to the hospital. So this seems like it's a very normal type event. Again, it's a mass shooting, but not the type of thing that was, I guess, targeted in some random or area where people went to gather necessarily. Motives, maybe we'll never find about a small case shooting like this. Be interesting to know what's spurring all of these people, because there is an uptick, whether or not you believe that this is getting pushed extra, which I do fully. These things are happening. Yeah, did you hear about that? They started shooting at the National Guards as they were driving by Maxine Waters. I think that was very interesting. How, I mean, I already thought that she should be in trouble for the comments she made, but after everything they went through Trump after January 6th and everything they said.
This is where it started at, and now they're going to be checking like the back houses, like on the other side. So we're going to go around.
Ukraine fired Donbass, Ukraine. All right, I want to keep checking this Ukraine thing if nothing else is going on right now. Recent comments. Putin big speech, April 21st. Yo, if Putin comes out and instead of announcing a nuclear war says buy Dogecoin, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna go crazy. You know, Putin could do something that no human could ever do. Well, I would say Trump could have like the troll levels of that. Dude, he would make the whole world collectively just shit their pants. Today I have come to announce. It was like ready for the nuclear war. Dogecoin to 50 cent. It's happening. And to top it off, this is not why we're on the stream today, but let's check out. Let's see if Doge. All right. I'm not signing in on the stream. Okay. I bought Dogecoin last night at like 3 in the morning because I realized that 420 is coming. And no matter how stupid you think, I don't get into crypto. I love investing, but I never get into crypto. I think crypto is a little bit too risky for what I like to do generally. That being said, I think what's coming up is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you've not bought Dogecoin and it hasn't spiked like crazy in the last few hours since I haven't checked, I would buy a little bit of Dogecoin because I would say it's basically inevitable that it's going to hit 420 like it did the other day on 420 because of Jimmy J. There's all the, I mean, there's Slim Jim, I think it's Slim Jim, and Elon, and all of these people that are hyping this up to get there. And then you have all the 50 cent memes. It's almost like it's this like self-fulfilling prophecy. Like people are going to force its way to at least 50 cents. And there was a poll taken that 80% of people believe that Dogecoin by the end of the year is going to reach $1. So when you have 80% of the people out there believing something's going to hit $1 and it's a quarter of that price right now, there's a good chance that it's going to at least make some type of move up. This isn't want to get into investing, but I usually don't like doing any investing, risky type investment plays, and I'm very confident about this. And I remember when I told my friends about Tesla when it was like 200, 300 a share. So if anyone has a little bit of money, throw it in Dogecoin. And don't get mad at me when it drops to practically nothing in a day, because that's what's probably going to happen. Nah, I believe in Dogecoin. I believe in crypto.
I'm not quite sure what's going on. I know there's code 33. The helicopter's above. They're looking for a subject or a suspect.
Holy shit. Somebody's being a fugitive.
That's pretty much all I know.
So I don't have the volume on that. I'm like completely just, check this guy out. This is what I love about streaming. I'm streaming a guy who's taking a stream of someone's stream, and I'm streaming the taken stream of someone's stream of their stream, basically. But this guy that I'm right now, Brant for Liberty, I don't know if anyone's ever watched him on Twitch. He has a pretty small following, I believe. I just saw him for the first time yesterday, and he seems to really be on top and stream a lot. I don't like know him or have any reason to give his whatever, but he gets like 200 to 400 viewers per video. And it kind of gave me more motivation because it's just cool. I like following this stuff, and he does kind of what I do, following the riots and the protests, shootings, and other news that's going on. It doesn't look like there's much going on anywhere. There's still a very small crowd in Brooklyn Center, and it looks like there is a helicopter actually going on, or helicopter pursuit of some sort going on. Is this a domestic dispute? So something is going on that may require a helicopter out in Bakersfield. I'm not sure if that's anything that's actually newsworthy, but it's part of this stream right here. I'm looking for something that's am I still reporting fake news? No, we do not report fake news. Here's the shooting right here. This shooting is not fake news, and in all honesty, that wouldn't make sense because from what I believe, it's a black perpetrator, and they generally do not pick up on stories like that. So why would they, if this was a fake news story being used for agenda in that way, why would they use a black perpetrator instead of using a white so they can push also their white man gun narrative, it just wouldn't make sense. So this is a real event. This is happening right now. This is mass shooting number 4 of like the past day. There's always shootings that involve multiple people, especially in like the city and all that. Obviously we know that every day, but these seem a little more random, and things just seem to be getting a little more aggressive and violent. And this is kind of what happened last year as all the BLM riots started. And now, again, as tensions are rising with these trials and cases, a bunch of shootings are starting. I don't think this is a coincidence by any means. I think this is just going to continue to get worse and worse. Fake news reporting got you 10 views, man. Go to bed. I thought you were joking. I don't know if you're being serious, this Joseph guy. But if you're serious, I got 14 viewers from what I see. And I'm just having fun. This is my first time streaming. I'm not really doing this for viewers. I would just be doing this anyway. So I decided to turn the camera on and try to make it look, I guess, a little bit nice and just follow if anything's going on. Fake news reporting, I already read that. If camo wearing costume crowds, I don't know. So you're a racist Trump supporter. What? I can't even. I'm trying to take this guy seriously, this Joseph guy. I think I'm just getting duped. Some troll. So I'm going to just go back to eating my rice and seeing if there's anything going on.
I think they called it off. They called it off, and the person got away. At least for now, until they later on catch up with them.
5 people shot. That's it, breaking at least 5 people shot.
Hold on, you guys.
So your white supremacist fake news. I believe the bottom right feed is
So just like that, guys, they called off the perimeter and
domestic dispute. So there's a domestic dispute going on right now in Bakersfield. This isn't generally what I'd be playing on my channel, something like this, but it's something that is one of the biggest things going on as of right now, apparently. And there was a helicopter chase. They had to call them off. The person's getting away. So it was bad enough that there's a chase going on. So I guess the chase is pretty fun, but it's nighttime and there's no aerial footage, so it's just some dude driving around in his car, I guess, following what's going on in there, or it's a dash cam. I'm not sure what that is.
yeah, just like that, they clear the scene. So they usually only take so long on the perimeters searching for the suspect. If they don't find him like in a certain amount of time, it just depends too, like what he's wanted for, you know, what they're looking for him for. Like, I mean, if it's like a murder suspect, obviously, if it's a murder suspect, obviously they're not gonna stop looking. You know, they're probably gonna go, like, I don't know how that would be on that situation, but usually, like this right here, they're probably here about a half hour to 45 minutes.
Yo,
and they called
the
it
SWAT
off.
team here.
So
I'm gonna need to make some more rice because I do not have enough rice to share.
It's probably one of those things where they've already got information on the suspect, so now they're just gonna follow up with the investigation and then catch him slipping at a later time. So.
So I actually have not seen anything on Austin.
Tiger, you have been out here. Have you been out here the last couple of days?
Yeah. Well, I've been here.
I've been following
all 4
that
nights.
throughout the past day.
With soup for my
Tiger, you have been out here. Have you been out here the last
It
couple
is
of days?
a shooting
well,
that was
here, all 4 nights. I'm just standing here
targeted
today
towards
with,
people.
Soup for my family.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup.
So I guess I gotta realize my volume is too.
Because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family.
And we're just, watching all of this unfold. It's very unfortunate.
You're not planning on using that, are you? Throwing it at the police?
Like I said, it's for my family.
Literally for your family.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. These are just protesters.
While Trump stokes fear with bizarre stories about mysterious people on a plane emerging from the dark shadows, preying on the defenseless masses with bags of soup.
Whoa, cans of soup, thugs on airplanes wearing black uniforms, people you've never heard of who were in the dark shadows. It's all from our president. He's just got these ideas.
I'm just standing here today with soup for my family.
Bags of soup
for my family.
And that is an amazing
So
video.
LA's like a population of 8 million.
MRC, the media watchdog guys, do a great job. Videos they post. I don't even know who runs that or does that. No, it was an ex-deputy, the shooting in Alston, and all I know is that the guy knew the people, so it wasn't some random shooting. And I think he's still out there. They don't believe he's a threat because of just how it's. Antifa's good people peacefully protesting. I'm a troll myself. I'm assuming you're just trolling. And if you're not, I don't know how you would have found this video, to be completely honest, because it's such a small stream. And I only have shared this into like pro-Trump like sites, so I'm assuming that
Just the same as LA. I think last year we're just a little under the homicides out here in Bakersfield that LA had. We were like right side to side. And so it's active out here in Bakersfield, man. I don't know what it is. If the surrounding area.
a transgender American soldier fighting in Ukraine. That's a way to win the fucking war, dude. They probably walk right off the battlefield, seeing the kind of shit that we'd walk into the battlefield, like if Democrats had their way. I shouldn't even say Democrats. If fucking batshit lefty liberals, commies had their fucking way. We had a bunch of girls walking around swinging their fucking dicks. No, I don't know what you just. I don't know what.
It seems like it's getting worse everywhere, yeah.
At first glance, it looks like a nice neighborhood until a couple of kids come up trying to play the game Grand Theft Auto in real life. But real life brings real lessons like this. Booyah, right into the depths of hell. My God, I nearly broke.
Oh, is that like a 3D printing gun type thing, or like a something where you can like make guns yourself? From what I see, looks something like that.
Let's take a quick look at this savage replay. You can see him coming in all confident, probably jacked up on White Claw and Mountain Spew and bath salts. This man ain't taking shit today. He says, not today, homie. Booyah! Sends him right into the depths of hell.
Fuck some hot blonde Moscow prostitutes. I'm a little bit disappointed because this is one of the weakest nights of news I have ever seen in my life, to be honest. Why, when I decide to go live, we get the bullshit, the bullshit night. Biden finally admitted that he completely fucked up the border. Not in those words, but practically. Driverless Tesla crash kills 2 men in Texas. About to check my Tesla stock after that one. Oh, this is a good one. I want to save this. This one's going to probably get posted to my website, honestly. AFLOE.com. I want to start getting like videos like this, more of these good things that really prove a point. So, sort of like the CNN sucks video that Project Veritas just posted the other day. 2 minutes long, proves a great point, gets you going, shows the lies, doesn't need to have stuff trimmed out in a way where it's selectively edited. And I mean, Project Veritas alone should be able to red pill 99% of the country, or should be able to I don't know what pill these people are taking some crazy fucking pills. Whatever pill these people are on, probably pop that shit right back out of their stomach if they could watch some of this shit. Seeing the manipulation of stories and media, and it's insane. Maxine Waters. I love when they ask Maxine Waters, they're like, so, are you going to be staying here tonight? And she's like, oh, no. Well, I was just coming here to give my voice, to tell people to burn fucking cities down again, which I like to do. But don't mind me. I'm just going to fly across state lines and incite a riot. I know no one has a problem with that. Only difference is Trump didn't cross state lines and he didn't incite a riot. That's the only difference.
Pitbull is in the house. We'll be back, folks. Yep, we'll be back, guys. Listen to the radio. We'll be right back, okay?
Hold on, guys. I'm trying to see if there's anything else going on right now at the moment. Just give me a second.
Yeah, I know there's so many ways to self-manufacture guns. There are so many ways to get guns, dark web, and not just dark web, but in life, in real life, in person. The value of guns will only go up. There'll be more crimes of people trying to sell guns in private sales and things of such. I just, there's no part of gun control other than the background check thing and having that, I guess, as strict possible. I don't know how, honestly don't know how background checks work completely or throughout states and all the laws in every state, but I believe there should be background checks, and you know, you don't just give a gun like you would candy to someone at a store. But I believe anyone that has a clean record, that it's an American citizen, should have the right, their Second Amendment right, and the ability to purchase any type of gun. So Maxine Waters is, there's starting a resolution, McCarthy and multiple other people in Congress. It's not going to work, but you're going to see, you know, that call to have her impeached. Maybe it'll be enough to go mainstream and get some people realizing that we have a dumb bitch that is trying to actually incite violence. I don't mean like Trump incite violence. I'm talking about legitimately incite violence and riots. Again, top right, we're looking at absolutely nothing. It's just a street cam. The only somewhat action, I would say, bottom right, is a domestic.
Call and he's like, oh my God, another call.
Okay, so there's a little bit of action. This is more just kind of like following the police scanners at your average night type of crime. This isn't anything too big politically, but the guy apparently is surprised at how many calls they have, and they have another thing going on in Bakersfield after that little chase they just had. So Brooklyn Square is the only place where there are any semblance of a protest. I would say outside of that, it's basically dead tonight. They're all gearing up and waiting for the day, which is the day they burn down all of our cities, which is tomorrow. So if you have not yet, go to the store, grab a few bags of popcorn, be home tomorrow, 11 to 12. Definitely don't be going into the cities, that's for sure.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! These racist cops have got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
No good cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system.
Now, I'm getting excited for tomorrow. You guys cannot tell. I'm gonna get my Word document ready with all my chants for the riots. I'm excited. Fuck 12! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fuck 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fuck 12. You gotta admit, if these people are one thing, they got some catchy chants. I feel like it's a bunch of like wannabe cheerleaders. BLM.
He must be driving out into the boonies or something.
May carry it into the suburbs. Yeah, I don't think it's coming into the suburbs because it didn't come into the suburbs last year. And the one time they said they were going to bring it into the suburbs, it was a white supremacist group that posted it. And that I actually do believe because it's just, it doesn't logistically make sense. What fucking suburb would they go in? They don't have enough people to go in the suburbs. What, like one person's going to go in each fucking suburb across the country and walk around and scream shit? I think everybody should have a gun. I think everyone having a gun is a lot safer than them trying to take guns away, obviously. I don't think that... I don't know. I wouldn't want every single person to be just carrying in public because accidental discharges, I know, are like... pretty much never happen, but like... I don't know. But it's like the point we're at right now. Everyone needs guns. You can't try to take... Obviously, anyone knows that only law-abiding citizens would be impacted by any of this legislation. Ooh. Is there a fire? We got a fire here? Alright. Damn. Fire. Oh, are you guys trying to hear some, I wrote down some quotes over the last day or two I've heard during these speeches, and I think you guys may be interested in listening to them, so I'm going to read them. These are comments that BLM people have made during speeches with crowds of a bunch of people around them while they're all cheering this on, by the way. This isn't some random fucking person posting this. So, let's see. First off, I mean, this is nothing new. We're living in a system... This is like basically like my school. Like I've taken notes on what these guys have said. And I want to teach you what we don't know as Trump supporters. I want to teach you what we need to learn. Okay, so first off, we live in a system of white supremacy. So, yeah, I don't know how to explain these things, but we live in a system of white supremacy. Cops have easy jobs, unlike Amazon workers who have to piss and shit into bags. That's what they said. That was a couple days ago. So apparently cops have the easiest jobs ever because Amazon workers, unlike cops who get to use restrooms and all when they go into restaurants, Amazon workers have to just sit there and piss and shit into bags and just shit all over themselves, apparently, is what these people think. Everyone is to be scared of them, the police. Okay, that's pretty basic. There's a world war going on against the police. This guy was given an entire speech about how there's this war starting and the whole world's going to come together to take down police. There was someone screaming at the top of their lungs to random police, "My skin scares you! My power scares you!" Some random black woman just screaming that her skin scares them and her power scares them. That's why they do what they do. They're screaming, "Do you have compassion?" to random police. That's just their average bullshit, whatever. All capitals. I wrote this, so this guy must have been screaming at the top of his lungs. "You bleed just like I do, and I can't wait to say it." Oh, yeah, here we go. Black woman to cop, and I was at the top of her lungs. So she was screaming at a cop that "you bleed just like me, I can't wait to see it." Filthy trigger, happy pigs. "I know you hear this, pigs," screaming at him. Black people built, oh, this is good. Black people built this place and get the shitty end of the stick screaming so they can tear it down because they're the ones that build it. Let's see. Blue lives don't exist. If you say that, you're a racist fucking fuck you. That was just funny. The way that I remember how that woman said it, she was losing her fucking mind. This is a lifestyle, not a trend. I think Google Trends would have something to say about that. How Black Lives Matter has spiked only in 2016 and 2020 before the election, and they are now struggling to get 20 people outside in some of these towns in the heart of these trials and everything going on. So cops are evil because they are an arm of capitalism. That makes a lot of sense. They're evil because they're an arm of the capitalist regime. International respirations are mandatory. So every black person around the world needs respirations immediately from white people in this country and around the world. And we must give 100% of the land back that was stolen from any non-white people. So 100% of America and all the other land that we stole that isn't even ours, we also have to give that back to them because it was their land. They owned it, right? And to finish it off, this is probably my favorite one I've heard, and this was today. You should be lucky, talking to white people, that we want equality and not revenge, screaming at the top of his lungs. And it shows you into the mindset of these people. That's how a lot of these people think. They, low-key, whether they admit it or not, just want revenge on white people for what happened, which is obviously fucking insane because I don't remember being involved in slavery or owning any fucking slaves or anything like that. So, but you gotta do what you gotta do and deal with these dumbasses.
Okay. Dude, kick that motherfucker. Dude, I'll tell you what. That's a solid. Whoever made that door, go back and buy another one, because damn, this is a son of a bitch to get in. So they boarded up the house? Dude, just get a mall. Dude, give me a mall and, like, just move out of the way. Oh, shit. Look, here comes another door. Here comes another door. Behind door number 1 is door number 2.
Alright, so I think I'm going to be wrapping the stream up shortly. I'm going to check right before I do that if there's anything good going on tonight. Because I think tomorrow is going to be a big day with news, just even throughout the day. And I usually like streaming at night like this, but I think today is like one of those exceptions where I think it would be a better idea for me to get off earlier and start this back up earlier tomorrow and just kind of go throughout the day. This fire you guys are looking at is not a protest or riot fire. But in all honesty, I have no idea what fire this is. So it's part of this house fire, possibly. I didn't see them walk up to the fire while, but this house is on fire. No idea how this started. I have no... Oh, someone's going through a car wash up top right, I guess? Or... What are we watching right now? Alright, I'm going to... Must have been a meth fire. Damn, you see like the melting of the trash can. That looks crazy. The way that fire's coming down. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this stream up. I actually kind of want to keep streaming, but like I haven't eaten much today. I gotta keep eating all that. I want to... Before... Let me check this. Because this is all just local stuff. I want to be following everything going on. So I'm sure most of you guys, you know how to find all of these streams and everything that's going on pretty easily and don't need me. But I will be streaming a lot. Like when I mean a lot, like I wish I would have just done this more consistently the past year. But I want to start streaming. I want to put more into the production of this, make things look, if I can, a little bit better around. Try to have a little more topics and some other videos I can share of news stories, so when I'm not just sitting here like and looking at shit, because I expected there'd be a lot of news to follow tonight, like there's been the past day, and there's practically nothing. So I'm just kind of like sitting here like an idiot watching trash cans melt at 1:11 in the morning. So we're gonna come back when there's actual legitimate news. If a nuclear war starts in the next half an hour after I get off, I'll probably come back on. Outside of that, I don't know what's gonna make me come back on. Maybe Antifa got some 3 a.m. rally planned in Philadelphia, and I'm gonna have to go out and cover it, and the whole city's gonna get burnt to a fucking shred. I have no idea at this point, because after everything last year with plane loads of Antifa people and getting moved across, I mean, honestly, they're talking about these people getting moved across and flying into Portland and flying into Minnesota and all these places. Why are people flying? This happened in every city. This happened in the smallest Savannah. This happened in local towns in my county outside in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, random ass place. Like, I mean, this is a countrywide thing. So this is going to be fun to follow. If you guys like following and seeing this stuff, I'm going to work the next day on making sure I can have more content at once. So like I'll have feeds like this, but I don't want to just take directly people's streams. I want to set up the best feeds and be able to interchange them as stuff's going on. So I'm not just basically replaying someone else's stream, and I can really cater the content towards what I want my people to see and what, how I can keep it entertaining and interesting. But again, I want to thank you guys for watching this. If you subscribed, I really appreciate that. If you just watched or hung around for 5-10 minutes, or any of the 4 or 5 people that have been commenting a lot, I really appreciate it. If you bookmark, just search the name anytime over the next however many nights. I guarantee you're going to see me streaming over the next few days throughout the day or night at some point if you come and check. So just bookmark, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we get some action. Hopefully it's not the entire country burning down. But till then, I will see you guys.